actually don't like horror movies. I don't watch horror movies. So it was a new challenge to kind of put myself into that world.
So The Birthday is a horror short about people who can't let go.
It's basically about a mom and a dad going away to their family's cabin to prepare for a birthday, and it goes horribly wrong.
It's very like kind of mysterious, kind of Twin Peaksy, kind of like you don't really know what is going on intentionally, and all these kind of just weird random things happen. My buddy Chris Laughter calls me up and he was like, hey, I want to do this project, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be like a bunch of friends just going for the weekend and having fun making a film. I was like, all right, bet, let's do it, I'm game.
So we ended up gathering a handful of people, and half of them kind of had worked a little bit in film and half of them had not at all.
We all put in money, we all submitted objects.
So there's 10 of us that were kind of throwing into this. Each of us donated an item and a story with that item to the writer.
And he's gonna take all like tidbits of our ideas and put it into a script.
Hey, I have this idea for this project. I'm gonna send you a PDF of these objects. And I want you to take these objects and make a story around it. That's it. I'm like, okay.
The concept was for a group of people to kind of come together and all be collaborators on the film.
I think I had like 4 days to come up with the story.
Like it all was like happening in real time. It all just came together really quickly.
I think it was like a Monday that I went in for the call. The callback was Wednesday, and then they needed me to be available by Friday. It was definitely a leap of faith on my behalf. And they told me, you know, we're gonna go up to Big Bear and you'll stay at this cabin with all of us for a few nights. So it definitely crossed my mind that I was like, oh no, hopefully these people aren't psychos. And then this isn't the end of me.
Jacob has been a long time friend of mine, and so he came into the read, and I got a little bit of goosebumps. So I was like, all right, dude, let's give it a go, man.
Oh no, you can't come in looking like that, little man.
Hello, Clarice.
The night we got there, we had to have a table read with everyone there, and everyone kind of got to know each other.
Claire does a really great Australian accent. She can tell you what quesadilla sounds like in Australian.
Okay, so if you're an Aussie, you don't know how to speak Spanish at all. So you'd say quesadilla and tortilla and yeah.
Yeehaw! We're breaking on the script to see where we're going to shoot in our first day here in lovely Big Bear, California. The scene one is there's the pull up. The car pulls up. They get out of the car. We see the cabin. It was the first time we got to see the location, so we were able to kind of work together to figure out our shot setup.
It started off great. It was a little stressful because the script was kind of coming together as we were going.
The idea is that we're all able to kind of pitch in on the creative process because we're not doing too much creative breakdown going into it.
Oftentimes as an actor, you're hired, you're given the words, and then you're told where to stand and what's kind of being asked of you. Whereas with this, it was more, our ideas were taken on board of maybe how things could be changed or improved upon.
This is that movie, It Follows.
Yeah.
Both of our talent, they were like super stoked to be there. I mean, definitely a lot of the stuff that he went through, our main lead actor, he got dragged on the floor, he had mud in his face. I mean, he went through a lot, and then like only to like turn around and go sleep on a couch. It's like, I mean, you gotta respect that guy, man.
We're doing stunts, and probably shouldn't be. Make sure we get eye contact, Jacob, and action. I think that the most memorable moments on set are the ones where there's like an issue, and you have to resolve the issue as a team.
Figuring out how to make doors open and close without any prep. We just had to kind of find things.
We ended up getting the picture truck stuck, but you look back and you laugh about it because it's just kind of the nature of the beast.
Right now you look like Farmer Chris.
So grab, wash, set down.
It was kind of like a weird camping trip and making a movie at the same time. So doing that with all these strangers, it just like kind of immediately bonds you, like we're all in this together. I think that helped with the film anyway because we were really a team and it wasn't just like, okay, you show up, go your own way. It was like, no, when the camera stops rolling, we're still in this together. It was cool.
Did you see that? What is that?
Oh, fuck! Sorry.
Eat it.
Eat it, Nicole.
You know they bite.
What are we about to do, Chris? So we're getting ready to film the biggest scene of the short. And we have 16 shots for scene 8 and scene 10. We've waited till night number 2 to get into these shots. So we're getting started at 10:15 p.m. This is the big scene. This is the one that is gonna sell the whole idea. This line is no match for Luigi.
Shot all night, and probably the most intense scene for me, where the climax is really happening in the scene or in the movie. It was like sitting on the floor, everything getting adjusted, and then, okay, ready to be the most terrified you could possibly be, and go.
It's the end of day 2. That's about 15 hours of awesomeness. Now the sun is coming up. Here's Nicole, being awesome as usual. Great day. Tomorrow's another one. Should be a little bit easier. Just pick up shots. Only a couple scenes. This shit is tight.
For me, as a rookie to this whole thing, you know, it wasn't just rapport that built, but my familiarity with what my role was and what the tools were. And that, for me, like I said, was one of the incentives to do this whole thing. Was I got to be creative. I got to be a part of something. I get to be talking to the director and the director of photography and the camera operator about how are we going to get this problem solved.
You really see the inner workings of how film pulls off something that seems like it happened when it totally didn't happen.
What's up, dude? Just watching some takes.
When we were on set in the cabin, people were editing in real time, so we would shoot stuff and then it would go to the editing bay. While we were shooting something else, they would already be editing.
I feel about those creepy tones right there. Look at what they're for yet. I don't know. Maybe to build some tension when there's no dialogue.
Hey, what is that from?
Water tank.
Here on the set of The Birthday.
And the secret is out. Every time he goes out, I'm doing his makeup.
It's gonna be awesome.
It's pretty amazing to see what you can do when people collaborate and come together. I think it's important to have passion projects and do things for the love rather than, you know, just a paycheck.
I think a lot of filmmakers get rolled into the world of content, and we forget that the reason we got into this is because we wanted to make films. With this, being able to kind of take some of that weight off of just that one person's shoulders and get everybody to pitch in to make a film was extremely helpful to just do it. Just go do it. And I'm doing this with my friends, and that's awesome.
Yeah, so I do more than acting. I also turn this light on and off.
It was actually a really fun weekend. I felt it, you know, just what we were doing, and like I really got into it. You know, the story itself, the plot, the people, it was everything, you know, it was very exciting.
At the end of the day, it's about the experience and getting through it. You're constantly making mistakes. You just shoot to make less and less of those mistakes. And it's in those mistakes that you learn how to be a better filmmaker. You go back to, now we're back here.
It is a process. Like, it's not just here, like hand it over and it's made. You have to wait. There's things that have to be set up. Everything has to be done by somebody at some point. So
what I learned beyond just producing and directing a film was what it really takes in post to bring a film together. It goes beyond just the picture. It goes beyond just the story.
I feel like sound is kind of almost the most important thing.
The score of a film will sell the film, will sell the moments in the film.
Here we are a year later, and to see him excited, you know I'm going to be blown away because I was blown away when he thought it sucked.
So check out The Birthday. We worked really hard on this.
I hope this is like, oh, we started this together and look where we all ended up. That'd be fun. That'd be a good story in like 10 years.